Isolation. And this kind of isolation is one of the unspoken tragedies of the elderly who are now being told, don't see your family at Thanksgiving. For many people, this is their final Thanksgiving, believe it or not. What are we doing here? I think we have to have a policy, which I have been advocating, which is a whole person, whole health policy. It's not about just stopping cases of COVID. We have to talk about the damage of the policy itself. So what does the federal government do? It's what I've advised.
One more time for the people in the back, because I didn't hear it the first time. One more time.
They're suffering from with isolation. And this kind of isolation is one of the unspoken tragedies of the elderly who are now being told, don't see your family at Thanksgiving. For many people, this is their final Thanksgiving, believe it or not.
I don't think he catches the irony of what he's saying here. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. The irony of what he is saying, he's looking at us and saying, listen, I'm going to tell you to do A. And if you don't do A, this could be your final Thanksgiving. But what he's not telling you, and he needs you to be stupid enough to believe, or not know rather, that if you do the exact thing that he's asking you, it could very well be, and highly likely, your last Thanksgiving. They're going to be dead in the irony. Now, folks, to you and me, that seems like just common sense that you wouldn't get out there and say some shit like this, because it's just patently unreasonable. But he says it, and the lie tarries, and it sits out there when any number of reasonable people could look at this clown and say, fool, you are absolutely just lying out your goddamn mouth. Let's listen to that part again.
This is their final Thanksgiving, believe it or not. What are we doing here? I think we have to have a policy, which I have been advocating, which is a whole person, whole health policy. It's not about just stopping cases of COVID. We have to talk about the damage of the policy itself. Policy, which
I'm. What does any of this matter, my friend? This clown really has propositioned to us. Made a proposition rather. I'll get it out. Saying that if you don't go to Thanksgiving during a pandemic, that this could be your last Thanksgiving. When the truth, I think we all can agree, is actually going to Thanksgiving. See, in a sane, rational world, this clown is so verifiably full of shit that he just absolutely doesn't belong in any serious conversation. I mean, that's how we weed out all these. I mean, we really look at this and just ask a reasonable person. This clown just said that if you socially distance and you stay home and you avoid crowds at Thanksgiving, this might be your last Thanksgiving. Anyone with any reasonable sense heard the subtext yell at us so loud saying, this clown is a moron. Because we all know the truth that if we all go visit grandma, then it's even more likely that this is going to be her last Thanksgiving. I just want to know if people see how easily verifiable it is, whether or not somebody makes a statement, whether or not it's true in a rational world. But we don't live in a rational world.